hold on, I have to wait. But I saw during the waiting time, America, oh, oh, okay, USA. What's the lyric? Okay, it's 50 seconds, so, oh, Jesus, Lamb of God, mighty and all can you say, you are great today, have a flower in your hands. I just kind of like making up the lyric part, and yeah, as I said, oh, somebody were here. Thank you for coming by. And sorry, those are just like I didn't notice because I was trying to finish my quickly speech. Okay, this time also I'm gonna try to finish really quickly. But the people that I watch, people I try to contact all those good people, and also people I contact. Yeah, everybody, you guys are so awesome, and the broadcasters too. You are, and like long time broadcasters. You guys are so awesome. I love you. You are so great. What's I was gonna say? Oh, so this part is kind of like a sociology study part, so you can just skip it, please, and only like associating people or people who want to study those parts or anything, like only people who don't get hurt of those parts, yeah, or like people click or who have a similar experience, or people you don't have. You don't need a similar experience, but if you don't get hurt, yeah, you can listen these parts too. But other people, please, you can just skip these parts too. But anyway, the lots of people on the Periscope or broadcasting, you guys are also so many great people too. But we have to be really careful. There are so many bad people too, everywhere. All right, talking about some of the like Korean time AA meetings. It's of course there are like Korean people, good people exist, but it's about other like Skype meetings. Those are some Skype meetings. I know they're like everybody's so good, so cool. Just like in the state face-to-face meetings, they're like all so good. Oh my gosh, some of the story I know, it's a reality, a real story. It's not a reality show, but yeah. One of my friends there, they said, she's so cool. I like her. I'm like, yeah, they are all so cool. And like, one of my friends said, because there are so many hot guys in that meetings that oh my gosh, I used to went to. So she told one of my friends told, well, no, several other people also told me there were so many people like hooking. Oh my gosh, hooking up each other. Everybody hooked up in that meetings. All those guys. I mean, all those hot girls and hot guys. I mean, I can totally imagine because they're like hotter than those like movie theater people. Like hotter than Hollywood people. A lot in that meeting. So I can totally believe, but it was, yeah, many people kind of talked about it, so it was kind of surprised, but yeah. And anyway, but so face-to-face meetings in a state, by the way, Oklahoma or some area of Kansas or Texas area, they don't have a southern accent. They speak properly, yeah. But but my first husband, he could speak. Hold on a second, I'm supposed to see my. So he could speak, okay, 4 minutes. He could speak our really southern accent sometimes, but he was. No, it was like a welcome gift to me. I thought it was so sweet. But he can speak really properly too, proper English. there are so many Americans. Like my first husband, he's just so normal, like a white American. He has beautiful blue eyes. It's a major turn on to me. I mean, I loved it too, and of course his character too. He was pretty much like a musician. He always practiced music with his best friend's nickname, like Alex is the other Alex, and other blonde. I loved his hair too. It's really good fashion. Well, anyway, it's not all about fashion, of course not. But yeah, other guy, not one of my first husband. He had a German, Swedish, and also Spanish. But he has but Spanish people, everybody black hair, right? But he's not. He's a blonde. Well, everybody's cool anyway, but his adopted family are Scottish and Irish and German. Everybody have a German in it, in those like Texas, Oklahoma area, Kansas area. Yeah. Well, anyway, those are also my major town. It's kind of cool. Everybody have a different genetic. Yeah, it's not bad. It's cool too. It's totally great. I think it's all great too. Anyway, those are some of the segment talk, some of the segment. But anyway, people who have only one race, like only British race, yeah. I have several friends, or many of the friends like that too. They're also cool too. So talking about race doesn't matter. Oh, but talking about the Scottish people, I got to know some of the Scottish people after I was like 30, like after old age too, where 30 is not too old anyway. But yeah, so I got talking about the Scottish people. Just those segments also came up, but yeah. Oh, I got to know some of the Scottish people, but Americans who have a descendant that's Scottish blood in it too, they don't speak of a Scottish accent. Yeah, but it was my first time I heard some other people speaking in a similar, like a real native Scottish accent. Yeah, it's so different. Very surprised, but that's cool too. Yeah, it's really cool. Alright, so that was one of the topic talk. Some of the just some segments. Yeah, they are also cool. They are also cool. And I think that my like more like it seemed like a real like deep connection of the marriage is probably like my first marriage, and the second marriage is like a family, like a family, a different way of the family, like a soulmate. But my first marriage is probably more like a more soulmate to like a forever inside forever love, like a family kinds of the love. Alright, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, anyway, yeah, I have a more deeper feeling of the like real family to my first marriage, probably. And I always thought they are so cool. He's cool, and yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and other talk, some of the other chat is anyway. I'm not gonna talk about so many things about my first marriage and my second marriage, because it doesn't really matter of my other friendship to other friends, and not a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. Nobody's really a celebrity, so I don't want to share about those story. Because if people talk about, oh, you married twice, and it's both like the visa was connecting, because international marriage we all have to do the visa work. So both of the marriage we have to do lots of paperwork, and it's a pain in the butt. It's a kind of a thing. It's doing the visa, the paperworks. I rather it's very much easier. Don't have to do the paperworks, and yeah. But the marriage or true love or like true family, good family is still cool. But it's so many years ago. I was 23 years old when I don't want to talk about the age anyway, but yeah, I was around that young age. Like almost like nearly 10 years ago. So many years ago. So some of the things maybe doesn't really matter now too much because it's so many years ago. But still, some of the marriage, of course, there is a good feeling and love is forever anyway. Other segments talk. Oh, I would try to like talk about this other segment, talk about, child abuse case of those sociology study talk. I'm trying to speak in a different broadcast because it's totally different. Like it's a different world. It's a different segment. So, but if I try to do that, I always forget. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this in one broadcast. And my broadcast has to be divided only 30 minutes. But hi to the other people who are here. Thank you for hanging out. And if you're like eager to study a sociology topic talks segment, anything like that, you can stick around. We can talk about that too. And alright, those are sociology study part. Me, I'm gonna study sociology probably forever in my life anyway. I've talked about when I was around 10 years old. Okay, I don't have time so much. So, as I said, it's gonna be really quickly. So, it's going to be my speech, our speech here is going to be like that. So, please don't feel awkward. Yeah. So anyway, when I was around 10 years old, my mom was very, I was talking about, oh my gosh. Okay. So I was talking about it that before too, but my mom was very angry about those crying baby. Of course, baby crying. I had a hard time baby crying too, my youngest sibling. She was crying. I call her she, right? Even it's a he or she, doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm gonna call her as a her and she. But we don't have to. Yeah, we can kind of like. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. We can just. We don't have to identify some of the things. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry. Waiting time is going to be a little singing time. So, we are the best friends. Okay, right. So there is something going on. So, alright. And by the way, it's a quickly, so sometimes topic goes away, but never mind because this one, sometimes people don't have time, so it's going to be like really like random. But it's alright too because we don't have rule on the broadcast, especially here. Podcast, it's great to broadcast and podcast kind of mixed. So, my like device can only save like 30 minutes. Like 1 hour is like too much. So, it's supposed to be like only 30 minutes. I hope like we can fix like our device gonna be like very much better technology. So I can do the broadcast like 1 hour. I think it's better. So I don't have to like divide the 30 minutes and 30 minutes is kind of, pain about. But yeah, so hey, like our paradise. Oh, by the way, I love paradise. Bachelor in the Paradise, those like cheer everybody up. It's great. And so those are, as I is continued to talk about. So my mom was beating up that child, that baby, because the baby was crying. But I totally think. So I researched it, white noise.